other commitments. So to make up for a short stream today, I'll stream tomorrow morning maybe. Um, but I mainly wanted to stream today because I heard there was a new video. Wait, hold on. Everything just like deleted itself. I heard there was a new video. A new parkour PVP CIV video, and I wanted to watch it before I get spoiled beyond belief on Twitter. Um, so I don't want that at all. Okay, let's see. I do this, and then bang. Yippee! Guys, I'm so excited! I'm so excited! Okay, let me... I hope I turned off my camera before. Okay, I did. Very good. Still need to watch the second parkour civ part? You do! This is spoilers, by the way. This is major spoilers for if you haven't seen it. But that's okay. It's spoilers for PvP civ and parkour civ.
My life started as a parkour.
Ah! Link Christmas this year. Yeah, so I wanted to watch this before I get spoiled. And then we'll pack some orders. Maybe I'll turn on hand cam. Put on some Minecraft ARGs, but I won't be streaming for that long. I think 2 hours maximum, because I have to go out tonight. I'm going out later. But we'll see what happens. Okay, I think this is the one. Oh no, that's not it. It's this one. And then this one. And then I go boom. Touching grass, I know. I'm touching grass like every single day this week. I'm going to a holiday market this weekend. Grass, you say? Hi, Bluegrass. I'm so excited. I'm going to a holiday market this weekend. But yeah. Okay, we turned that off. And then I make sure that audio is on. Because I won't lie, guys, audio for the music was turned on for VODs at the beginning, so the beginning of this VOD might be muted. Ooh, GG's. GG's, GG's. It's so Jover. They can be so expensive? No, for real. They are. I just like going because I love the vibes. Also, does anybody know when the Minecraft tournament that Foolish is in? When is that? Nuvgard? I know, like, the other day, Fede was talking about how much he loves it. ... December 12th? Okay. This Friday, oh god. Guys, there's a lot of stuff happening. Tomorrow's the Game Awards. Friday is that tourney plus new Digital Circus episode. And then this weekend, there's like another thing this weekend. There's like so many things happening, like within the next 4 days, which is crazy to me. But I'm excited. I love watching events. And I love watching events when I'm outside. Anyways, I'm gonna play the video. I'm gonna watch this video. It's 22 minutes long. So that's fun. 1 p.m. EST. 1 p.m. EST? Friday? Because I'm still thinking about if I want to stream the new Digital Circus episode when it comes out. Because I think that'll be fun. That'll be fun to watch. Which does mean you guys have to either watch it yourselves between today and tomorrow. Why not the weekend? I have no idea. I feel like the weekend is like way too jam-packed for like more stuff to be added to it, you know? And lots of things are happening this weekend. Okay, I'm pressing play. Wait, let's go back. Go quickly.
My life started as a parkour noob. I worked my way up to become a parkour pro, fought in battles to my last breath till I became a parkour master.
Is the volume
and
good,
saved
guys?
all of parkour civilization to become the champion. But now I'm something more. I am the god of parkour civilization. But what does being the parkour god mean exactly? Well, for one, I get netherite boots. Obviously very cool, but probably doesn't compare to the other features. Like being able to summon parkour out of thin air. Any jump I can think of.
Wait, that's crazy.
And now for the last
nice
perk
transition.
of being the parkour god. Being able to do a 360 over copper rods to summon lightning. The funny thing about
lightning?
That one, though, that one has nothing to do with being
lightning, you're in
god.
this?
That's just how good I am. Anyways, aside from my abilities, my job is to be the guardian of parkour civilization. And up until today, that job was easy for me. Up until it wasn't.
Oh wait, that was scary. Hi, Rin! Oh my gosh, thank you so much for the 35 months! Thank you! Yay! Okay, so my alerts work, it's just that they don't show up at the top, which is crazy to me. But thank you so much for the 35 months. Thank you, thank you. Oh my gosh, Rin, how are you? How are you? I hope you're well. It's been a while. Yay, Peebo Pat. Guys, I got myself a coffee. And by I got myself, I made it yesterday, but then I didn't drink it yesterday, so then I put it in the fridge and then I reheated it today. And it's pretty good. It's pretty good. Currently sick. Oh no! Oh gosh, I hope you recover quickly. How bad is it? And how long? There. Pat. Drink lots of water. Get lots of rest. Eat soup. Yummy soup.
Within the span of one parkour jump, Till today, that job was easy for me, up until it wasn't. Within the span of one parkour jump, I was no longer looking down at all of parkour civilization, but up at a giant structure in the middle of mountains of sand. I didn't know how I got here, but I knew one thing. I wasn't in parkour civilization anymore, which means if I'm trapped here, then who's gonna protect my world? It's not often you get sent randomly to a different universe, but if I know one thing about exploring new places,
wait, there was a person there.
Way to figure things out. Luckily, I found just what I needed. A player that will hopefully help explain the situation I'm in.
Oh wait, this guy.
People didn't believe me when I said you weren't the god they thought you were. I won't let my civilization die because of you.
Wait, am I?
Who is this guy?
Parkour civilization? How do you
I got the
know
flu?
Okay, well,
oh
no!
no!
My resume. I defeated the evil parkour champion with a triple neo, and then I defeated the parkour villain with a parkour race. I don't know, both of those things seem like pretty good things. I don't know what else I could do to improve my reputation as a parkour god. What just happened? How did I just take damage? What jump did you just do? Okay, it's been a while since I've been a part of a parkour.
Did you get your flu
let's
shot?
break this down quickly.
Surely.
It's not using barriers, so it must be some other form of invisible parkour. But just as I was about to build my parkour combo to defend myself, the player put away the item he was holding and just disappeared right in front of my eyes.
What?
You're the parkour god, and I still have to save your life.
Well, this is a very humbling moment. Standing behind me was the player that just saved my life.
Oh my god, guys, he's here. Okay, I'm totally not freaking out. I'm not freaking out.
A parkour jump that I taught him, by the way. This was my friend, the parkour champion, the one who rules over all of parkour civilization. Okay, please tell me you did something with the command blocks, and you brought us somewhere very far away, and you're gonna send us back right now.
Unfortunately, this wasn't me, and I'm guessing it wasn't you, which means we're in
Oh
trouble.
my god.
If someone takes
Oh my god, he actually has lines. I can't believe it. We have EMF in the year 2025. Guys, I would like to thank Evbo. My life is yours. Thank you for bringing him back.
Control of the command blocks, parkour civilization could be destroyed.
Okay, you're right. This is very bad, but we can find a way back home. Besides, we got the two best parkour.
It is funny because EMF is Ty's skin, but he's also voiced by Evbo.
players in the
It's
world.
funny.
And you know what they say, as long as you can parkour.
Stop, please don't say it.
My parkour champion friend saved my life with a 3-block chest jump. If you
My
successfully land
parkour
an attack with your
champion
chest
friend.
jump, you steal all the items from a player's inventory. So, right before I was attacked by that random player, my parkour champion friend already had the jump set up. So, when that player jumped towards me, they failed the parkour battle and lost this item called an iron axe. The question I have is, why did that player die from a 3-block jump? Wait, you didn't hit him with a 360, did you?
I recently heard from a parkour pro that they found someone holding an item similar to that one. It's some sort of weapon, and it influences how they live.
If someone's in parkour civilization with one of these weapons, people won't know how to stop them. Okay, we just have to assume that Jumper will take control of the command blocks while you're gone.
Jumper?
If she does that, I'm sure she'll keep parkour civilization safe.
Hey guys!
And of course she's here too.
Wait, don't tell me. So you
Jumper who? Oh my gosh, yay. She's like a brand new character into Parkour Civilization. She's like absolutely brand new. She's a master. So I'm thinking the theory is that Jumper is like EMF's and Evbo's like apprentice or something. That's the theory, but we don't know.
You guys tried the chorus for jump, and you discovered that if you land an attack, it can send a player really far away?
Sorry to disappoint, but no one did a parkour jump. Trust me though, we'll get around to trying the chorus fruit jump eventually. This is Jumper Who, the only other person in parkour civilization besides the champion that knows I exist as the parkour god. She has a unique skill set that specializes in experimental parkour. I mean, she became a parkour master by putting someone to sleep.
He's just dead. He's just dead. What is going on?
Specializes in experimental parkour. I mean, she became a parkour master by putting someone to sleep with a bed jump. So now she hangs with us and keeps
to
a book of
sleep.
all potential parkour jumps that might revolutionize
Wait.
parkour civilization. Okay, but check this out. I did try the copper rod jump.
Please tell me it summons lightning.
You can in fact strike someone with lightning.
Yes, I knew it.
Okay, we're not gonna find a way back to parkour civilization anytime soon just standing here, so let's probably find somewhere to go, or at least
Wait,
find
I love
people that
Jumper's
don't
role.
want us dead. The parkour champion
Experimental.
told us that when he first arrived in this universe, he saw a structure that looked like it could be the home for people in this civilization.
Jumper is
Sure
awesome.
enough, we followed him through the desert and saw a giant structure looming in the distance. Definitely a promising sign of player activity, but the question is, will these be players that want to help us? None of us know what PvP is or how it works, but we're gonna have to take a risk if we're gonna get back to parkour civilization. All right, you guys stay here. Time for parkour surveillance. Right, I forgot to mention the last pretty cool perk that comes with being the parkour god.
You can
That
fly?
is getting access to my own dimension. Anytime at will, I can transport myself to this place.
Whoa, what?
Parkour jumps to move around. Because, well, everything is a parkour jump in this dimension. The good thing about being in this state is no one can see me here, but I can see them, which makes this a good power when it comes to
God
potential
powers.
threats. It was hard to make sense of what this giant structure was. I saw walls
Wait,
with
this is
colors that
awesome.
somewhat represented all the variations of boots in parkour civilization. But the most notable thing were the armor stands. Now, I'm no stranger to armor stands in parkour civilization, but clearly armor stands have a much larger impact in this civilization than ours. I kind of confirmed that
Whoa.
when I saw a giant house shaped as an armor stand. But that's when I found my first player. Up at the top of the
Evo in
house, I heard the
spectator
faint
mode.
sound of
Hi,
footsteps,
Red!
and I made my way up to see a woman talking to some machine. It sounded like she was recording a message.
It's been 2 days since Evbo went missing, along with Foray and Minitech. They just disappeared.
This person knows who I am and knows I went missing. Except she's not talking about me because she's not from our world. Which means she's talking about the Evbo from this universe. Okay, this makes a lot more sense now. Okay, guys, we have a lot of development. So there's an Evbo from this universe that's not me, and I'm pretty sure he's stuck in parkour civilization, and the people here are trying to find him. So, long story short, if these people are friends with Evbo in this universe, I'm sure they'll help us get back home. Alright, now I gotta find a good way to introduce myself.
Who are those people?
I don't know, but they aren't holding any type of weapons, so I think a better question is, how are they still
The end of last
alive?
I don't
episode.
care who they are. They did something to Evbo, so that means nothing stops us until we find a way to bring
Wembu.
them back.
Wembu.
Great, why did you have to say it like that?
Well, you know what they say. As long as you can parkour, there's always a way.
God, he said the line. He said the line.
What is going on?
Wait, nice
Where
entrance.
Is Evbo's diamond sword?
Forget that. Where did Evbo get all this aura from?
Alright, I think that was a good non-threatening introduction. Let's do this.
Evbo, tell me what's going on. Where did you go? And how are you still alive without a weapon?
Right, okay, I am not your Evbo. I mean, I am Evbo, my name is Evbo, but I'm not from your world. In fact, I don't even know what this place is. What is this called?
Oh, this is called PvP Civilization.
Right, which means I'm pretty sure the Evbo you know is somehow stuck in my universe. I don't know how we swap places, but my world's in danger, and I'm sure the same goes for you as well.
You said our Evbo is in your universe. What is your universe?
Well, that would be Parkour Civilization. We are back with our first video journal update in Parkour Prison.
Oh,
now I'm gonna
okay, we're
address the
back with
obvious,
PvP Civ
I
Ev.
do not have a video journal machine, but Minutech can kind of hear me from over there, so it's not like I'm talking to myself.
Hi, Minutech.
Anyways, let's get to it. Parkour Prison has lava everywhere down
Minutech's
below. If I
vibes
miss
is
a
kind
jump,
of similar
I'm
to
dead.
EMF,
I know
huh?
that respawning is a thing in Parkour Civilization, but, well, it would be pointless to have a prison if you could just jump out at any time, so I'm gonna assume the worst. Then we have the prisoner that was supposedly from PvP Civilization. I don't know how they escaped, but apparently they took out someone in one PvP attack. No clue who that might be. Maybe a diamond axe, I guess? But speaking of weapons from PvP Civilization, there is a bow here, and I know who it is. The leader of the bows, Siwat, was trapped here as well, but somehow escaped his cell and
just
headed towards
vibing.
the exit. So now I know who was responsible for saving me from Prince Zam when I was trying to rank up to become a parkour pro. Siwat holds a weapon from PvP Civilization, yet he was able to escape, and I think I might have an idea on how he did that. All right, signing off. Hey, excuse me.
Oh,
Wait,
Ish!
please. Look, I need to get out of here, so I'm offering something. I'll pay you in parkour.
Besides the fact that I was told to never let you out, you only gave me a 1-block jump last time.
That's true, but I did not exactly understand the
Why
parkour
does Ish
currency
sound
then,
so
but
goofy?
now it's different. You better be paying attention because this kind of bribe doesn't come around often. All right, there's one, and one more. Let's go. Nice. There's two. Told you you wouldn't regret this.
So first you pay me with a 1-block jump, then threaten to kill me, and then give me 2 1-block jumps. Yeah, nice try, buddy.
Oh,
Yo, he did a 180, okay?
How would you escape? What kind of jumps can you even do in a small cell like this? There's got to be one jump that just pays for every... Wait a minute.
I once heard a story of a parkour pro being paid with a 360.
That's it. Okay, now I just gotta figure out how to do a 360. All right, you want to be paid more? Check this out. Okay, this is a little scary, but I mean, I've done a 360 before. I swear, if this doesn't work, this is gonna be embarrassing. Is that even a 360?
I don't believe it. A 360? I thought that was just a myth. I can't believe...
Guys, I probably shouldn't be saying anything, but I saw Evbo do a 360 in my first-person Minecraft POV. I'm just saying. That's all I'm going to say. But I saw it with my very own eyes on my very own screen. I couldn't believe it. I was like, ah!
Believe this.
I said this before, and I'll say it again. I don't know how a 360 adds more value to a parkour jump. But don't get me wrong, I'm not
Everyone, every
complaining
universe can do a
because single
360?
jump
Oh,
just
yeah.
got me out of prison. Okay, note to self, 360s are very valuable here. Definitely might come in handy, especially now that Parkour Civilization will probably be trying to throw me back in jail. I told Minutech I'd find a way to break him out, or if he wants to break out on his own, he just has to do a 360, I guess. And I made my way towards what I assumed to be the exit of Parkour Prison. I stepped through the giant portal and instantly was teleported back into the Parkour Temple. I know it's not worth much, but it's kind of cool to say that I've escaped 2 prisons in 2 different universes. Alright, but back to what's important.
That's true.
I would go back to my video journal machine and make an update, but I have a new game plan now, so I can't get sidetracked. And that plan is to go even higher in Parkour Civilization. The player with the gold boots said the parkour champion was missing, and someone could take control of the command blocks. Now, I don't know what the command blocks are, but I have a feeling that that might be my best chance of getting back to PvP Civilization.
And you would be right, but you're gonna need my help to get there.
An entire civilization of people with
Oh, and we're
lifespans that
back.
revolve around the durability of the weapon they're born with. And the only way to guarantee your own survival is by taking the life of someone else. Kinda makes me grateful for how easy we have it in Parkour Civilization. The Evbo from PvP Civilization has a best friend named Tabby, and she told me everything I needed to know. Turns out I'm kind of the hero in this civilization as well, but not in any way that I could have thought of. The Evbo from this universe willingly sacrifices himself so he can save the lives of everyone here. I guess he has some power to respawn, so every time he dies, players claim the durability from the weapon he drops in order to live longer. Knowing all this brings us back to the player the parkour champion took out with the chest jump. It makes sense now. If
Parkour
PvP
champion.
Civilization depends on Evbo
You
for his
called him a
durability,
parkour
they must have
champion
thought
now.
that Evbo just gave up on them, when in reality, he's not even here. Which is why we need to find a way to bring him back as soon as possible, or else this player's life might not be the only one lost. I watched as Tabby salvaged what was left of the Iron Axe's durability, and that's when I saw that she had an axe of her own. I don't know how that works. I guess you can have more than one PvP weapon. All I know is once you have one, you can't drop it or else you die, so I'm kind of glad I didn't pick up the Iron Axe. So you're telling me there are 5 different civilizations in PvP Civilization, and not one of these knows how to use parkour to attack?
Look, I'm sure you settle disagreements with parkour wherever you're from, but here, this is real fighting.
Okay, looks like we got a non-believer here. How about this? I'll show you parkour if you show me what PvP is. Okay, do it again. Okay. Can you do it one more time but slower?
How is this confusing?
Okay, so if you wanted to battle me, you can just do that over and over. Interesting. In parkour battles, you actually have to wait your turn. Hey, what's like a super powerful attack look like? Whoa, 5 hearts of damage with 1 attack? I wonder how much damage it would do if you added...
Okay, I showed you PvP. Now, explain this parkour thing quickly so I can start thinking of ways to keep you alive.
I'm sorry to tell you, but explaining parkour battles might take a while.
Where did those blocks just come from?
Okay, let's hope a 4-block jump doesn't take her out. So parkour battling is intention-based. If I want to attack you with a 4-block jump,
I'm
have
just
to think about it,
saying.
or you can verbally announce it to be cooler. So now you are officially locked into a parkour battle, and if you don't make this jump or a jump that's even harder, you might die.
Are all
Resubscriber. 4 years.
Oh my
KSD 20.
gosh! Chris, thank you so much for the 48 months, 4 years, dude. That's crazy. That's crazy. Thank you so much for the 4 years, Chris. Thank you. Yay! Yippee, yay, yippee. Hi, Chris. Hi, Chris. Hi, Chris. Thank you so much for the 4 years. We're watching the newest parkour PvP Civilization video. And I totally was not freaking out in the first 5 minutes when I heard EMF's voice. Totally did not freak out. You guys should totally not rewatch the VOD.
versions of you incapable of being serious?
Okay, I'm pretty confident you're not gonna die,
Yay,
but look, I
4
don't know
whole
how parkour damage
years.
affects
Thank
PvP
you.
people.
Let's go find...
Ooh,
What?
okay, you didn't die.
What did you just do to me?
I mean, I showed you. I hit you with a 4-block jump.
No way. What's your strongest attack?
Well, let me think. You have Neos, parkour combos, and then you can add a 360, which is kind of my signature move.
Yeah, you can try hitting me with that.
Whoa, no can do. Sorry, man. A 360 at full strength would be like, well, I don't really have a comparison. You would just die. I can just show you one if you want to see it by itself.
Trust me, I'm the strongest one here. I'll survive.
Oh,
I'm telling
GG's.
you, you're
Bye,
gonna
Wembu.
die. Now
Bye.
that I think about it, it's a little strange that I've gotten that request in both universes. After I explained parkour battles to Tabby, I met up with, I guess, the 3rd diamond sword. Her name was Julie, and she brought me to a building
Hi,
known
Julie.
as the Video Journal Machine headquarters. Apparently, the machine I saw Tabby talking to earlier was called a Video Journal Machine, and all of the video journal logs end up here.
You, or I guess I should say the other you, likes to spend way too much time in this place. His entire life story is basically recorded here.
Whoa, so the other version of me made all of these journals?
Feel free to watch them. It might take you days, but it's a good story.
To be honest, I kind of overlooked the fact that there is an alternate version of myself. But just one of these video journals proves that... Wait, bro, how many of these did he make? Anyways, what I was gonna say is just one of these video journals will confirm the existence of an alternate version of myself. And I'm gonna start at the very beginning. Maybe knowing the history of my other self might help me protect this civilization while I'm still here. Alright, how does this work? Well, there's already one still in here. If I watch this, am I starting at the end? Alright, first video journal update in Parkour Civilization. My name's Evbo, and I'm not from this universe. Okay, this is crazy. So that's me from PvP Civilization.
Wait, we watched that. That was
Brought one of
episode
these
1.
video journal machines to Parkour Civilization, and somehow those journals are still able to be seen by us in this universe. So if this machine can bridge the gap between both of our universes, is it possible to send a message? So, in a slight turn of events, the leader of the bows and the leader of the swords, I don't know if anyone calls me that, but I guess I can call myself that for right now, are teaming up to become parkour masters. Apparently, according to Siwat, the command blocks are blocks at the top of Parkour Civilization that have the power to
How do
control
you know that?
everything. So, our thinking is that if we can get
How do you
access
know
to the
that?
command blocks, we can send ourselves home. However, similar to becoming a parkour pro, we needed some sort of ticket to actually make the course to rank up to become a parkour master. So I kind of thought our journey was over pretty quickly, but then I turned around to see that Siwat had placed down 2 oak planks. I guess the way you earn a ticket to become a parkour master is defeating a player in a parkour battle. Now, the obvious question, what is parkour battling? Well, I kind of assume that parkour here does damage somehow. especially after seeing that parkour master jump over 2 brewing stands and I got knocked unconscious. Yeah, that still doesn't make any sense to me, but I'm just gonna go with it. So anyways, that led to Siwat attacking me, I guess you would call it, with a 4-block jump, and then I died and respawned as a parkour noob. Turns out that if you lose a parkour battle here, or if you miss a jump and fall down a layer, you will lose your rank, which means if I'm gonna have any chance at getting to the top of parkour civilization and getting out of here, I probably can't afford to be dying all the time. But this time was an exception because 1, well, it was voluntary, and 2, this was the only way we could possibly rank up to become masters. Because the parkour champion or whatever is missing.
Wait, how'd he get another one?
Parkour battles to stop people from
Master
getting these
token.
tokens.
How'd he
So
get
letting
2?
Siwat defeat me in a parkour battle actually does 2 things. 1, it lets us rank up to become parkour masters in a time when no one can rank up. And 2, well, it goes a long way with trust. Siwat saved me when I was trying to rank up, so it's only
How'd
fair
he
I pay
get
him back.
2?
Hey Siwat, how'd you get to know so much about all this parkour battling stuff, the command blocks? I mean, I'm guessing you haven't been here that long either, so how did you get to know all this?
Why did you break me out of prison? What do you want from me?
It's the invisible person. Who is this? Oh, they're talking with signs. Oh, who are you? Who are you?
Why would I need to master parkour? You know I'm not from here.
So we can survive?
And what makes you think I'm not capable of surviving on my own?
You don't know what Evbo is capable of? I will show you.
I guess paying people here in parkour goes a long way.
Makes sense. Siwat learned how to do the 360 as well. Going on this journey with Siwat to become parkour masters actually goes a long
Who
way.
is the purple
Siwat speaks for the
person?
entire bow civilization back home. And while we haven't really had any fights, the bows haven't really been on the trusting side when it comes to me offering my sword durability to them. So with that being said, if I can help Siwat get back to PvP civilization, that might just be enough to convince him that I don't have bad intentions and I just want to help them. Fortunately, both Siwat and I didn't have to go back to being parkour
Ooh,
noobs. We completed the parkour course to become parkour masters. I got to throw away my iron boots in exchange for a new pair of golden boots. Alright, 3rd layer of society unlocked. The job's not finished though, because to get access to the command blocks, well, one of us needs to become the parkour champion. But given the fact that the parkour champion's missing, it might be possible for us to get the diamond boots according to Siwat. Now comes the part of the plan where we actually figure out how to do that. And that brings us to parkour society.
EMF changed the master level back to looking regular instead of having it Evbo themed. That's so funny.
3rd level of parkour civilization, life becomes less about making the parkour jumps and more about fighting with
Yeah, I know the
parkour
layer was
masters
like
battle
completely
in this giant
vanished because of
arena
the
in hopes
parkour
of becoming
villain,
the champion
but
one day. So now that
he
Siwat
just
and I are
made it
both
back
parkour masters,
to
well, we're
regular.
just gonna battle
That's
each
so
other. To
funny.
do that though, Siwat said he needed to find blocks for us to battle with, but he knew where to get some. So in the meantime, I was gonna
He
have
knew
to
where to
find out
get
how
some.
get
This
into
is his
the parkour
first
arena.
time on this
Apparently,
layer.
since
How
the
does he
parkour
know?
champion is gone, ranking up is now paused, I guess. So with that in effect, I'm guessing the player standing at the door to the parkour arena is not gonna let me in. So that's gonna be a problem.
Who's that?
because The parkour arena is how
Who
I get
is
the diamond
that?
boots, and the diamond boots are how I get to the top of parkour civilization. All right, let's just go talk to this guy. I think I just gotta be confident, to be honest. I mean, the other Evbo became the parkour champion of this universe, so why can't I? Hey man, could I get into the arena, please?
Every parkour master knows that battling is prohibited.
Oh my god, is that Ally? Oh my god, is the Ally? Oh my gosh, this is amazing. What if Siwat is the same guy in both universes? But Siwat died because of the parkour villain, no?
Yeah, so I
That's
heard,
spoilers lightning,
how
by
do
the
you feel
way.
about getting paid with a 360? Maybe even 2. I'm open to negotiations.
Evbo, where have you been all this time? Haven't seen you since you defeated the parkour villain and then you made your friend the champion.
No way, this guy actually knows me? Right, okay, yeah, so I actually need to defeat a parkour villain again. So, do you think you could let me in? Okay, this is weird. This is the first person in parkour civilization I've met who knows me.
Ally, no!
From this universe, and it seems like it already has its benefits. I mean, this
Ally, no, no!
Despite parkour civilization shutting down this arena entirely. Okay, so I'm just gonna assume being the parkour champion means everything.
Wait.
Which leads me to the
Wait, if Ally sees Siwat, that's gonna be bad news. That's gonna be bad news. Who's?
Question, that guy said I made my friend the parkour champion, so what happened to me? Oh, lots of questions and not many video journal machines to debrief. I'm gonna have to do without. For now, I just have to wait in this giant parkour arena for Siwa to arrive with some blocks. Then we parkour battle, one of us becomes the champion, and we'll both get out of here
I don't
PvP
think Ally's
civilization.
gonna let
Yep,
Siwa
just jump and you'll
through.
start flying.
There's no way I'm just gonna start. What the?
So this is for sure your Evbo from your universe.
Oh, I love
That's very
Jumper.
much him. I thought he was done buying more journal machines.
Okay, you're gonna have to explain to me how this machine works, because if this thing can communicate across dimensions...
We have a problem. I don't know how, but the Eternal Sword is missing.
Okay, so fill me in
What?
here. What is the Eternal Sword, and why is it missing?
Because someone stole it. Come on. We have to find them before they escape.
Okay, that can't be good. I'll follow you, I guess.
Evbo, if you are saying this...
So apparently in PvP Civilization, there are 5 all-powerful weapons that control
Who was
the
that?
world,
Was that-
and each civilization
was that
is, I
Feder?
guess, responsible for guarding their own. Well, now
Hooray.
the sword is missing, and when I saw someone running towards the exit
Prince
with a
Sam.
weapon that was not a sword, I was confident that this was the player who stole it. I wanted to wait for the other swords to find me so I could figure out what to do.
What?
But at the same
Wait,
time,
how'd he
the
get
player was
here?
getting away. So I was gonna take matters into my own hands. Jumper, perfect timing. Okay, hit me with a speed jump and make it fast. Recently, Jumper and I have been playing around with the idea of intentionally getting hit with a parkour attack. Thank you. So for cases like this, where I need to catch up to someone, I can intentionally get hit by a brewing stand parkour jump to give myself speed to run 5 times faster than the average player. Within a few minutes, I caught up to the player, but my speed wore off, and there was still a large distance between us. However, I think it was close enough to start a parkour battle. Alright, let's see if this works. I summoned 2 ice blocks in my hand, and as I was running, I attacked with a 4-block 360. An attack this powerful should be enough to... Wait, what? At first, I thought my parkour jump was too far away to lock this player into battle, but the attack hasn't even landed yet. The player hasn't jumped. This doesn't make sense. This player has a PvP weapon, but the only way they would know not to jump is if they know how to parkour battle.
Bring me the video journal, or I will hunt you for the rest of your life. Evbo, if you are saying this,
That's
you're not
crazy.
safe.
Finally, after what seemed like forever, the gate on the other side of
That's
the arena
crazy.
Looks like Siwa got the blocks we needed for our parkour battle. Except the door closed and, well, no one was here in the arena yet. But that's when I heard the sound of footsteps and I saw the distortions in the air that I've seen before. Okay.
Who's
Siwa,
that?
why are you invisible?
Someone let Prince Sam out of prison. I couldn't see, but I could tell that they were invisible. But him getting out of prison isn't the problem. It's how he got out. I saw him jump from his cell into lava, and right before he landed, he was hit by something and disappeared.
Okay, so I guess the parkour battle starts now. Hey, you have to explain to me how it works first. I want to try it.
I don't know if it was PvP
Oh no.
or parkour, but there is someone out there with a weapon.
Bro, what is this jump you even made? This doesn't even look like parkour. Also, can you give me blocks now?
I don't know why.
Oh no.
But the sound it made was the sound of death.
Wait! What?
Okay, so I guess the parkour battle starts now.
What?
Whoa.
That sounded like the mace. I was gonna say, that sounded like the mace. Whoa, whoa, whoa.
I don't know if it was PvP.
Could this guy just like not tower up? Like,
Someone let Prince Sam out of prison
like-
isn't the problem. It's how he got out. I saw him jump from his...
Okay, so I guess the
like,
parkour
did they
battle
really have
starts
to
now.
build up
Hey, you
like
have to
this
explain to me
giant
how it works
tower
first.
with
I
all
wanna
these
try it.
blocks? Like, could you just not build up, just like tower up, and then, you know, both F-bows are in trouble? Oh no. First Prince Sam, now this invisible person. Who is this invisible person? Show off for real.
Bro, what is this?
Okay. Who can it be? Who can it be? Has the mace, writes in purple. Who else writes in purple? Who's a purple character that's not Wembu? Weepies? There's a lot of people it could be. It could be. Purpled? Could it be purpled? No, purpled is already in here. Purpled already is in PvP Civ. I'm pretty sure. Purpled? Could it be purpled? I haven't caught up. No, you're good. Okay, but can we Yeah, both could be in trouble, but we totally want to rewatch the beginning, right?
Protect my
This
world.
part right here.
What just happened? How did I just take damage? What parkour jump did you just do? Okay, it's been a while since I've been a part of a parkour battle, so let's break this down quickly. He's not using barriers, so it must be some other form of invisible parkour. But just as I was about to build my parkour combo to defend myself, the player put away the item he was holding and just disappeared right in front of my eyes.
So you're the parkour god and I still have to save your life.
Well, this is a very humbling moment. Standing behind me was the player that just saved my life.
The first lines, his first lines in the series. I'm so normal. I'm so normal. I'm so normal. I'm so normal. Oh, he's here. So you're the parkour god and I still have to save your life. I'm so normal.
How did I just take damage? What parkour jump did you just do? Okay, it's been a while since I've been a part of a parkour battle, so let's break this down quickly. He's not using barriers, so it must be some other form of invisible parkour. But just as I was about to build my parkour combo to defend myself, the player put away the item he was holding and just disappeared right in front of my eyes.
So you're the parkour god and I still have to save your life.
Well, this is a very humbling moment. Standing behind me was the player that just saved my life with the parkour jump. A parkour jump that I taught him, by the way. This was my friend, the parkour champion, the one who rules over all of parkour civilization. Okay, please tell me you did something with the command blocks and you brought us somewhere very far away and you're gonna send us back right now.
Unfortunately, this wasn't me, and I'm guessing it wasn't you, which means we're in trouble because of some.
He still has no name, and I guess he's not EMF anymore. He's ECF, which does not have the same ring. Love how EMF just never got an official name. Yeah, none of the parkour people have an official name. He's ECF now, but that just doesn't have a nice ring. I won't lie.
Follow-up.
Who? Nema, thank you so much for the follow. Thank you. Sorry, my notification thing is covered up. So I was all like, who followed? Thank you so much for the follow. Welcome in. But yeah. So he never got a name. Just asked Ty, he's already using his skin, but they didn't know until after the first whole season, and so it would be a little awkward just to have someone else voice him now. But it is funny. It is funny that they use Ty's skin. I don't know much about Ty actually. But I guess I'll learn a little bit more because they're teaming with Foolish for the Newfguard event. That's fun. That's exciting. But yeah, I'm going to keep calling him EMF because, EMF. EMF sounds so much better than ECF. So much better.
Someone takes control of the command blocks, parkour civilization could be destroyed.
Okay, you're right, this is very bad, but we can find a way back home. Besides, we got the two best parkour players in the world. And you know what they say, as long as you can parkour...
Stop, please don't say it.
My parkour champion friend saved my life with
He ended up saying it later. My parkour champion friend saved my life. He's the owner of Strength SMP? I knew Ty was in Strength SMP. I didn't realize that they're the owner. Wait, that's fun.
3-block chest jump. If you successfully land an attack with the chest jump, you steal all the items from a player's inventory. So, right before I was attacked by that random player, my parkour champion friend already had the jump.
How much Mavo R have you already doodled? Physically, none. Mentally? Oh, we're getting there.
Set up. So when that player jumped towards me, they failed the parkour battle and lost this item.
Oh, he was just so ahead of the game. He was just so ahead of the game.
An iron axe. The question I have is, why did that player die from a 3-block jump? Wait, you didn't hit him with a 360, did you?
I recently heard from a parkour pro that they found someone holding an item.
He just didn't answer the question. That's so funny.
It's some sort of weapon, and it influences how they live.
If someone's in parkour civilization with one of these weapons, people won't know how to stop them. Okay, we just have to assume that Jumper will take control of the command blocks while you're gone. If she does that, I'm sure she'll keep parkour civilization safe.
Hey guys!
And of course she's here too.
Wait, don't tell me. So you guys tried the chorus for jump, and you discovered that if you land an attack, it can send a player really far away?
Sorry to disappoint, but no one did a parkour jump. Trust me though, we'll get around to trying the chorus fruit jump eventually. This is Jumperwho, the only other person in Parkour Civilization besides the champion that knows I exist as the parkour god. She has a unique skill set that specializes in experimental parkour. I mean, she became a parkour master by putting someone to sleep with a bed jump. So now she hangs with us.
That's just so funny to me. Pangy just like
Mental parkour.
just,
I mean, she became a parkour
jump
master by
and
putting someone to sleep with
I guess Pangy is in Parkour Civ. That's funny. And he's a pro. Nice.
the bed jump. So now she hangs with us and keeps a book of all potential parkour jumps that might revolutionize Parkour Civilization. Okay, but check this out. I did try the copper rod jump.
Please tell me it summons lightning.
You can in fact strike someone with lightning.
Yes,
Lightning, you're in here.
I knew it.
Okay, we're not gonna find a way back to Parkour Civilization anytime soon just standing here, so let's probably find somewhere to go.
Dude, this trio is kind of fun. I think this is a fun trio. Evbo, Jumper, and EMF. That's a fun trio. We have the champion who's like stoic and serious and the most level-headed. We have Jumper, the excited, like experiment scientist person. And then we have like the literal god of the server who's down for anything. I'm so famous. I'm in Parkour PVP Civ. Yay! This is a great video. I'm so excited. I'm so excited. I wonder how long it's gonna be. Oh god, I'm so happy EMF's in here. I didn't think me just like yelling about Mavbo again recently would have this be summoned. This is awesome. Life is good. Life is good, guys. Keep on living because life can be good sometimes. You brought him back. I'm so happy. I'm so happy. And I was and I drew Zam the other day. Yippee! Also, you might as well watch this.
On the next episode of the Amazing Digital Circus,
It's coming out this Friday, by the way. Geez, manifesting power is still strong. Yeah, and like we watched the Matchbox thing the other day, and then the actual channel uploaded a new video. Oh, Evbo is also going to be in the Novgard event with Pilly and Will. Ooh.
it's time to soak in the sun as everyone has a fun-filled day at the beach. On the next episode of the Amazing Digital Circus, it's time to soak in the sun as
Oh, hey. Dude, did you see this? Look! It's Jax and Kaufmo and Ribbit. They were best friends! Some of the teams are insane. Dude! Like, Clown Pierce, Hannah, and Seawat, that's going to be a crazy team.
On the next episode of the Amazing Digital Circus, it's time to
Kane's office.
On the next episode of the Amazing Digital Circus.
Oh, what is he doing there? Wait. It's the mannequin guy. It's the mannequin guy. What is he doing here? Sharpness, Redunes, and 4C? Wait, that's a crazy team, too.
On the next episode, it's time to... It's
time.
I think I found the way to leave.
Mysterious voice. Who is that voice? I know a lot of people say that it's Kinger, but that does not sound like Kinger's voice. That's fun. So, depending on when it comes out on Friday, maybe I'll stream my reaction. But that's exciting! Episode 7! Yay! And then the last episode is coming out in March, right? Probably the best way to worry an entire fandom in only 58 seconds. Jax in the thumbnail? Jax was not in the thumbnail. The hype is huge with this one, with the whole this episode will split the fandom thing. I hope it lives up to it, but I'm sure I'm going to love it either way. Oh, that's true! This episode... They did say that this episode will split the community. Ooh. Looking at the time. How much time do I have? Did I miss the reaction? You did. We actually just finished. Oh, I'm so sorry. But I will say, I hope my reaction does not miss. I was freaking out within like the first 5 minutes when I saw my goat on the screen and he actually talking. My goat, EMF, my goat, who I guess is now called ECF, but we're not gonna call him that. We're not gonna call him ECF. The fact he had lines, no, for real, and I heard his voice, I was like, oh, is that my goat? Is that my goat for real?
It's not normal for an Alpha Minecraft channel to suddenly go live, especially in the year 2024. So when I saw this live stream pop up on my feed, I knew it had to be something.
Oh, it doesn't show. Sorry guys, I'm looking for the next video because we watched this one already. Here we go. We watched the Creepy Alpha Minecraft channel only live streams. And then there's another one that is called This Creepy Alpha Minecraft channel is live streaming again. And then he uploaded another video called I got hired to watch over a server that doesn't exist. And I heard that one was also good. Also Ally? No, I was also freaking out when I saw Ally. When I heard that voice, I was like, who is that guy over there? But when he started speaking, I was like, oh, is that Ally? No way, no way. Okay. So I think I'm going to pack like 1 or 2 orders while I'm watching these, by the way, guys. So maybe I'll turn on fan cam. Fan cam? Hand cam. Fan cam. That's funny. But okay, you're gonna watch my reaction? Let me know. So I'll be playing this video. Also, my stuff is a little bit all over the place, so I might take a little bit to prepare and stuff. But I think it'll be okay. I think it will be okay. Camera pointed at a fan, imagine. Okay, let's see. Let's see. Where is my... Here we go. We have this. Hi. I feel like it's been a while since I did hand cam. But then I will move this below here. And then grab this. I will play this video. It's 30 minutes. Maybe I'll put it like below here. Then I'll move my camera. Guys, don't you love my super professional organization screen skills on my on my stream?
The early days of Minecraft are often referred to as the purest form of the game. However, there's nothing pure about the alpha Minecraft live streams found on the Consciousness YouTube channel. It has since been revealed in a popular YouTube video that this channel features a child who is in danger and is secretly live streaming their Minecraft content in hopes to give people directions to their ever-changing location. So when it came to the first live stream since this channel gained all this attention, the chat was absolutely filled with people who had truly no idea what was going to happen next. And that is truly one of the scariest things about this channel. The stream begins with the player already having some decent tools and going right away into a cave, which is actually the first time out of all the known previous live streams that we see the player enter a dark space. They are mining and occasionally writing messages to the viewers.
Car. Drove for a while. Felt like 5 hours. It was only 4, I guess.
This is incredibly helpful, but don't get used to it because this is hands down the most straightforward thing Khan says to us from here on out. For the rest of the video, Khan just seems to be playing the game normally until they decide to build a base. But not just any base. They build up to the sky and begin to construct some sort of sky base, potentially to try and make it more difficult for someone to find or reach. But we get one more live stream after this where Khan is just doing some pretty basic activities, building their base further, and even says,
"I'm doing better today, I think."
Which is a very sweet sentiment. However, this is the last thing we would hear for Khan before they disappeared for 4 months. And that's where this story really begins.
This is part 2, right?
We rejoin the world months later, and Khan seems a bit disoriented, probably because they haven't been able to play on this world for ages. After getting their bearings, Khan, weirdly enough, decides to leave the base they built and starts to construct a new base. Now, this could perhaps signify the moving of their location in real life, because in previous live streams, Khan would recreate their surroundings in Minecraft. And this would certainly make sense, especially considering it's been so long since Khan has last updated us. But the real issue here is the house that Khan decides to construct looks unlike any house you would ever find in real life. I mean, it's built into the side of a mountain and seems to go into it pretty deep. And this confuses me because with the sky base, for example, it didn't visually look like anything in real life, but that could have just been Khan trying to depict a tall building like a hotel or apartment complex. But this is just downright odd. We nearly finish the new house, and the stream ends as we watch the sunrise. Now, this stream is eerie to me. Khan isn't nearly as talkative as they typically are, and I've checked all of these chests for codes like ones Khan has used to spell out something prior, but there was nothing. Something has changed from the last time we saw Khan, and my guess is the man has begun to watch Khan much more closely than
scary.
prior. Which means it's not going to be as easy for Khan to signal us as to what is going on or how we can help. So we're going to have to pay much closer attention. And as it turns out, I'm not the only one paying close attention to the Consciousness YouTube channel. I found official investigations looking into this case ran by a Detective Collins. There were specifically attempts to track the live stream connection, which appeared to be unsuccessful. Not much information was being made available to the public, which made sense considering it's an ongoing case, but I was able to check back into this case from time to time to see if they posted any new information. The next stream happens the following weekend per usual. Khan seems like they want to go adventuring, so they head off to explore the world. Considering this is still alpha Minecraft, there's not really much to find or discover, but we continue nonetheless, and Khan messages to us on a sign and says,
"This is fun."
This is really positive, but honestly, it almost worries me
This is
more than
fun.
anything. I mean,
Uh-oh.
is Khan becoming like used to this situation they're in? And what
Alpha
happened
Minecraft
in
is
those
just
4
spooky.
months that
Oh,
they
yeah.
were gone? And what changed so that they could start playing Minecraft again? Well, anyway, as we're exploring the world, you might have caught this moment. Did you see it? Basically, in
No,
the corner
I wasn't
of our
looking.
eye, we can see what looks like the ruined remains of Khan's first base.
Oh.
Khan quickly snaps away from it and walks in a different direction.
Oh.
But this confirms for me that this is the exact same world that we saw in the first half of the live streams. But Khan's behavior here is just odd, because the second any of this happens, they try to play it off and then immediately head back to their base and log off. Let's assess what we know thus far. Khan continues live streaming a little bit after their channel goes viral and says that they drove in a car for what felt like 5 hours, but it was only 4.
Oh, the channel went
If
viral.
we know
Oop,
Khan
uh-oh.
started in Michigan, we can assume what Khan is confused about is the time zone change. Khan was most likely keeping a close eye on the time, even counting the hours, but if they suddenly switch from Eastern Standard Time to Central Standard Time, then the time would get sent back an hour earlier, which would make it look like they arrived wherever they got to an hour earlier than they actually did. Unfortunately, this doesn't really narrow it down a ton, but it doesn't matter because at this point, 4 months have gone by, and clearly by moving bases, Khan is no longer where they were prior. But since this gap in time, Khan seems to have really changed. Their actions are a lot less driven or purposeful, but that could also be a side effect of them being more heavily watched by whoever is holding them. Now, this video was titled Oak, which intrigued me because I feel like it stands out a little bit among all of the other videos that we have seen up until this point. So I decided to go back to the stream and kind of scour through the footage looking for any of the oak trees that maybe had some sort of symbol in them or information, and it was during this process that this happened. Prior to this moment, Khan had never been able to do much of anything with the YouTube channel itself. The descriptions were always left blank, and the titles were the only signifying thing about these videos. So, while I was wary of this video, it seemed that this time around, Khan had more access to the actual YouTube channel itself when they aren't playing Minecraft. This unlisted video appears to be taken from a really old phone, and we can't see much, but we can sort of hear this.
Oh wait, this is scary. Oh god, there's... What is that? What is that over there? Oh god, what's that? What is that? Wait, this is... Not the spooky info card. Wait, this is scary.
This was enough confirmation for me that Khan is certainly still in a very bad situation despite what they may be being forced to say on the main stream. Checking back in with that police case, the department seemed to have released a region map of where the suspect could be. It's a pretty wide area, but appears to almost align with what I thought prior when we were talking about the time zones. They also released the make and model of a car alongside a license plate asking if anyone sees the car to contact the authorities. But besides that, I just had to wait until the next live stream.
First package done.
The next live stream shows Khan trying to get materials and organize their base a little bit more. So in a previous live stream, we had seen Khan sort of organize a chest in coordination with the alphabet in order to spell something out. So I, as well as the rest of the chat, was trying our best to decipher anything that could be spelled out here. But it was interesting because when Khan had done this prior, they were being very intentional with the items in just one of the chests. But this time Khan was being just as intentional with all of their chests. But as hard as I looked, none of the items seemed to spell anything in the same way as last time. But Then I thought about it a little bit, and I realized that there are other ways to form letters. Like, for example, these items here form an L. I also can see an I for sure, and then maybe this is an R, but it's hard to tell. Additionally, not all letters can actually be formed as easily in a 3x3 grid. The issue here is there are assortments that could easily be multiple letters. Like, this could be a P or an F, or even that I from before could be a Z technically. But either way, there's not enough letters here to actually form something, and it seems like Khan got too frustrated to continue. So overall, I knew something was still wrong, and it felt like I was just inches away from finding it. Khan goes live again, but they seem to be in a different place than when they logged off. Now, we've seen this before, but previously when Khan would log on somewhere new, it was a sign that the man had logged on to Khan's world and had done something bad to it. Whether it was creating a giant underground maze or even burning down Khan's entire base, it never meant a good thing. This time, nothing seems to be super out of the ordinary. Khan plays for a bit, mining down some of the trees for resources, when suddenly Khan says,
Think I gotta go, time for dinner.
Hey, what? First off, Khan has always been allotted 30 minutes to play per week, which is incredibly little, so offering it up willingly is an incredibly bizarre move, and secondly,
week? I
saying
thought it was
it's time
daily.
for dinner is
Oh.
odd because this stream should have happened around 1 p.m. local time, so I'm not sure whether to take this as another extreme move or something else. Overall, this stream just feels odd, and I just continued looking through the video for anything out of the ordinary, especially considering the logon locations were different, but I just saw some weird terrain and that was about it. However, when I went back to get the footage, I saw another one of those unlisted videos pop up, and that's where I saw this.
Oh. Is this real? Oh god, is this real footage?
More and more bold. It seems
Is
like
that
they have
IRL
access to
footage?
some
Oh my
sort of
god. Oh my
camera or
god. I'm
phone,
scared.
but
Guys,
either
I'm
way, it's
scared.
certainly old and presumably with no internet service. But this worried me because sure, there wasn't a ton here, but Khan has to be sharing this with us for a reason, right? I just didn't know what to take away from it. Even turning up the exposure, there's nothing here. And I didn't understand it until I watched the next live stream.
Guys, these are scary.
This broke my heart. I mean, it is now beyond clear with Khan trying to run away that they do not want to be here. But without any sort of address or knowledge on where Khan is, there's nothing that we can do about this. Something had changed for Khan to get to the point of running away, maybe being more heavily supervised or something else. It just sucked because, as I found out next live stream, this attempt to run didn't work. It was around this point that I received an update on the ongoing case that was being formed. I only noticed about 2 changes. The first was that the detective had been changed and it was now one Detective Robertson. There hadn't really been a public statement as to why this was, but I assume it's relatively routine with cases like these. And secondly, and more importantly, there was a suspect. Gerard Steller was now listed. No image was listed, and I couldn't find much online to get any more information, but at least it seemed like there was progress. After a good long while of waiting, another live stream happened, which makes sense that it would take that long because if Khan ended up with the man again, they certainly wouldn't want to let them play Minecraft after they just pulled something like that. But it just sucked that it seemed like all of that work Khan did to try to run
Detective's White Pine flashbacks,
even the
yeah.
live stream gave us nothing to go off of. In this new live stream, it was as if the previous one had never happened. I mean, the VOD wasn't posted after it was streamed, so it's clear that Khan is just trying to go back to playing the game as they normally would. However, this time, Khan really doesn't seem to know what they're doing. They wander around the world a bit, try to craft something, but seem to struggle to remember how to craft it. And then at one point, Khan even goes completely AFK for a while, which is incredibly weird. And when they do come back, they seem to snap back to reality a bit and start getting materials to extend their house. It's truly impossible to understand what could have happened in that time that Khan went AFK. I mean, maybe the man wanted them to go do something, or they could have even been reading the chat for a bit, which, by the way, Khan has never acknowledged, so that feels pretty unlikely. But overall, this stream, when next to the previous one, really sticks out when it comes to how chill and nonchalant it is, and it is that type of juxtaposition that would continue on to this next live stream. This stream had Khan talking and conversing with the viewers probably the most they ever have. They said things like,
I'm doing good lately. Just been enjoying things. Minecraft is fun too. You don't need to worry a lot.
There are two scenarios here. One is that this is actually Khan and something has changed recently and they're doing a lot better now. Or alternatively, this is someone else forcing Khan to say these things and is trying to get us to stop looking into this situation. But it feels clear, based on some of the things we've seen at this point, that things are in fact not fine. It was around this time that I discovered something on the Consciousness channel. There had always been a very few amount of categories depicted on the channel, but I noticed that one new one had been added. It was a playlist tab, and when I clicked it, I saw just a basic videos playlist. But what was weird to me is it didn't have all of Khan's videos inside of it. And I'm not talking about all of the unlisted ones. I'm talking there were several videos that were public on the channel, but not on this playlist. The videos that were on it were Need Out, Oak, Movements, Everything, Progress, Like and Subscribe, and Around, which meant the videos not on it include 0 Ways Out, Why Me, and then also Are You Watching and Very Cold, which are two streams that are not posted currently after they were streamed. I wasn't sure what to do with this information. I tried to see if those words could somehow tell a story, like things like Movements and Progress seem related, but beyond that, I didn't know what to make of it. But it did seem like Khan was actively adding more videos to this playlist, so I guess we just have to wait and see if any more gaps would get filled in with this final live stream.
Final live stream.
The live stream starts and Khan is underground in a long tunnel. Now, this should be familiar because it happened a few other times prior in the live streams where we assumed that the man had played on Khan's world when Khan wasn't playing and put them in dark tunnels to try to mess with Khan and scare them. However, Khan doesn't seem quite as fazed by it this time, and it's probably because they've had to deal with this so many times. But it's interesting though. The tunnels are very long and much more complicated, but Khan seems to pretty much find their way out first try, which is incredibly odd to me, but honestly good for them because they get back to the surface and get back to life as normal. Let's talk about this tunnel though, because in the history of this channel and its videos, we've seen roughly 2 tunnels. There was this one at the bottom of that 3x3 pit that Khan later tried to blow up, and then there was a longer, much more notable one in this stream that Khan spawned inside of. Now, both of these tunnels were 2x1, meaning bare minimum of what you have to mine to make a tunnel to walk through. And absolutely 0 ores were mined when they were encountered. It was just a straight up tunnel. But this time around, we can see gaps where presumably ores were mined. And this is confirmed when we look at Khan's inventory. So whoever made the tunnels, in my opinion, was not the same person who made the tunnels the first time, also known as the man. Potentially there is a third unknown person that could also be in the mix, but This is a lot to draw from some very minute differences, and some more things happen during this live stream. Khan actually starts talking to us again.
Hey guys, just want to say, thanks for all your help. This is my last stream, I think. I'm honestly good.
However, as Khan continues to try to light up the area, this happens. Khan then respawns and looks around, seemingly a bit lost, before suddenly snapping back to reality and starting to run in the direction of their base. We pass by the initial sky base and then finally arrive back at the normal base, and Khan gets all their stuff back. Khan messages on a sign and says,
"Thanks for watching."
And they log off. But did you see that? Khan typed 2 additional letters there, CL. Now, to understand what this means, we have to go back all the way to the first video ever posted to this channel, and to this day, the only public video on the channel. Khan writes on a sign above their base, "Look closely." So I believe what Khan wants to say here is thanks for watching closely. So I did just that. When Khan first dies, they initially seem to not remember which way to go, and once they do remember, they head in that direction non-stop, barely moving the direction of the character. But you know what they do move? Their cursor. It's barely noticeable, but we've seen something like this before. Khan would write out letters by almost drawing them with the crosshair, and this time it seems to also spell Now, these were really hard to read, so it's not surprising that I would miss a letter, so I have no doubt in my mind that this is saying titles. So I took a closer look at all of the video titles, and I discovered a few things, and the first was honestly incredibly sad. Now, I didn't catch anything with the recent videos, but when I looked at the first 7 videos that I covered last video, I realized something. The first letter spells out a word, but it wasn't a word I ever would have registered. It spells out W0LVRNE, which, if you remember, ended up being the password used to get access to the YouTube channel. Khan had been trying to spell it out for me the whole time. It's the same reason that when I did get access to the account, all of the live streams prior to the first one I saw started with the letter W. Khan was waiting for someone to join the stream so they could start spelling out the password. I felt terrible, but this is all in the past. I obviously tried to apply this same concept to the videos that had already come out after that point. However, nothing worked or made any sense. But that was when I remembered the playlist. I hadn't checked back in on it in a while, and it turns out both streams that had happened since then were added to it. Now, the whole time in the back of my mind, I've wondered what would have happened if the man had found out that Khan had been live streaming. I assumed that he would probably just make Khan stop streaming, but when the streams kept happening after that gap in time, I assumed that Khan still hadn't been caught yet. But I don't think that's true anymore. We're not watching Khan. This whole time, I've struggled to piece out even the smallest hints from Khan's gameplay, trying to get some information on where they might be, and I assumed it was so difficult because Khan was being more heavily watched, but it was actually because it wasn't Khan at all. It was the man. It wasn't until he died that he needed Khan to come in to bail him out, because he didn't know how to get back to the base, because that first base was built by Khan and the man had never been at spawn before. The man had been trying to do some damage control with the number of eyes on this channel, so he live streamed himself as Khan, saying that everything was all right and bit by bit restored people's faith that maybe Khan was okay, and Khan was forced to watch the whole time and even run the YouTube channel so that everything would appear the same as when Khan would title everything themselves. This meant that all Khan had to cue us in were the video cards and making a playlist in order to try to communicate with us. But I realized something. If the man had been the one playing on the streams, then Who had been playing in between streams? Maybe Khan wasn't able to stream anymore, but maybe they were still allowed to play. I had focused on getting information out of the streams themselves, but I needed to focus on what was happening in between streams. The last time the man knew I had gotten into his account, he knew someone was coming, but this time he has no idea that I just got the final bit of info that I needed to put an end to this. Police took 33-year-old Gerard Steller into custody on April 20th, 2025. He had fled from a house he was hiding in Michigan all the way to Illinois, and with him, he took his 13-year-old daughter, Evelyn. She detailed to the police her attempts to live stream her location in hopes of bringing her dad to justice for the things that he had done.
He put me in homeschooling. He noticed I was really missing my brother. He said he would make it better, but I didn't know what that meant. What did it mean? I never would have complained if I would have known. Hey, none of this is your fault after all. Is this what he took from Levi? Is that his name? Yes, and he's completely safe and with his family again. My dad told me his name was Gabe, but I didn't really believe him.
Let me explain. Gerard Steller, the father, had recently gotten in a divorce with his wife, Erin Collins. Now, if you recognize that name, it's because she was listed as an approving officer on this case, and she got removed from the case at the same time that they listed Gerard as a suspect. During their divorce, their 2 children were separated, and each parent was granted full custody of one of the children. This doesn't happen often, but in this case, it was decided that it was for the best, and Evelyn went to live with her dad while her brother Gabe went to live with his mom. When Evelyn expressed that she missed her brother, Gerard apparently took things into his own hands. He kidnapped Levi Goldings and kept him in the basement of a house in Michigan.
Eventually, I figured out it could live stream in the background while it played, and you couldn't see it. Do you know where it was streaming to? Not at first, but at one time, my dad told me that before I was born, he used to record YouTube videos about Minecraft on the same version I was playing on. I assume that's where it went to. So when my time was up to play, I managed to find the login information and write it down.
When I managed to gain access to the YouTube account, there were videos from early 2011 that were now privated. These were what Evelyn was talking about. It was exactly why she was able to stream so easily, because it was all already set up from all those years ago. But what I was curious about most was what happened when Levi was first saved.
I was trying to share as much information as I could during the streams until one day my dad rushed in and told me we had to go. I thought we were going back to his other house, but we drove for a while. Is that when you figured out you were live streaming? Not right away. I played 2 more times after that before he caught me. He was really mad. Did he hurt you? No, but he said I was going to fix my mistake. How so?
video detailing the full timeline of events can be found for free on my Patreon page. I hope you all have enjoyed this story.
Sorry. Dude, was I not talking this whole time? I think I accidentally muted my mic. Anyways, what I said was, it's already been 30 minutes. I didn't even realize it's been 30 minutes. That's all I really said. Okay. Let's see. What's another ARG to watch? I don't know many other ARGs. Did the parents get divorced and the kids get separated and the dad kidnapped someone? Yeah, so the dad kidnapped someone to get Evelyn a new younger brother, I guess, because she missed her brother. And so he kidnapped a guy he kidnapped a new kid to replace her brother or something. Yeah, that's all I got. Oh, I said I wanted to watch the looking over the server that doesn't exist or something, right?
The early days of Minecraft are often referred to as the
Okay, I got hired to watch over a server that doesn't exist. This got 2.3 million views in 11
Hello
days.
there. We are reaching out following.
Huh? Who? Huh? Who? Hey? Huh? Okay.
A form where you indicated interest in the following role.
That's a good one.
Server
Yeah.
watchdog. We would love to offer you $4 per hour spent watching over the following.
$4 per hour.
This screenshot is the banner image for a channel named Cashing Checks, but according to the player, Cash, he
Sounds
never
like
filled
a
out a form
scam.
and has no idea how these people got his email. But out of curiosity, Cash decides to log on and check out this server. Cash loads in for his first night shift and is met with some signs welcoming him to the Outlook SMP. Now, the text on the signs seems to be a bit messed up, perhaps from like the server being upgraded from an older version. However, nothing else seems to be all too messed up. At least that is until...
Oh!
Alright, I see exactly why this server needs some admin. It has been griefed to high hell. You would think though that if Cash is supposed to admin for the server, he should probably have creative mode, maybe some operator perms, but instead he seems to be forcibly stuck in survival mode. But this doesn't really matter because no one appears to be online and Cash is pretty much free to explore wherever he wants. As he explores this main area, he comes across a main conversation board of sorts. To the best I can read it, it says, Goal 1, gather materials, equipment, etc. Goal 2, build main base. Goal 3, enjoy it all until he comes back. Of course, they're not going to tell us who he is, but beneath that it says, how long do we have, would you say? And then in very faint text, we see 2 weeks maybe. So from this, we can assume that someone is coming back soon, and that seems to be a bad thing. But best case, it's nothing. Worst case, we could be looking at some sort of like stalker finding their way onto these people's Minecraft server. Cash certainly treats it like it's not important because he moves swiftly along to just raiding these bases for items, but all of the items available to him are A, glitched, and B, pretty much useless. Cash speaks to us for the first time and says, quote, they told me not to interfere with the world, but it seems like people already did. Well, this is helpful because it's clear Cash has had further correspondence with this watchdog thing. But the kicker here is Cash tells us that he doesn't even have a texture pack on right now and even shows us. So the fact that he's seeing these textures and these items being the way they are is very, very weird. Cash informs us that the Watchdog people told him that the daylight cycle is tied to real life, meaning that wherever these players are, it's nighttime for them. And Cash says it's nighttime for him as well, so they might even be in the same time zone. Eventually though, Cash just decides to pillar up in the center of town and crank up his render distance to like watch over the area. Unfortunately, the second he does that, his PC starts to have an absolute crisis. Come on, Cash, showing up unprepared for the job? You didn't buy a fancy PC when you got hired? Come on. Well, Cash, I would love to canonically recommend you an Ironside PC. I recently received a PC from
Is this an ad? Nah.
Ironside has a variety of PC.
Alright, buddy.
On his rendered. There's no reason not to go check it out in a bit until he hears.
Alright, buddy. Brought your shot because I've been living under a rock for a while. Take my money. Oh my gosh, was that you, Rin? Okay, I will print out your thing and I will make sure to pack it before the holidays because I just got a notification. I was like, oh, did someone buy something? Oh, thank you, Rin. Thank you. Thank you so much. Thank you. Thank you. I will pack it with so much love. Oh, thank you, Rin. You're the best. Okay, this is print on.
You have been clocked out. Thank you for your time.
Clocked out.
All right, let's talk about this, I guess. That was a goat horn that is in the vanilla game. However, that's not something that can simply be done or played without a player blowing into the horn. And as we can see, no one is online right after that noise is played until we see a player join with just the username. Potentially, if Cash had been holding down tab when they did join, we might have been able to see like a player skin, but even that seems unknown. And I don't like unknowns. So let's start getting some knowns in here. Cash is back for another night shift, but this time when he logs on, that pillar he was on has been removed, so he just sort of... But once he respawns, he finds that his stuff is gone, and a message is sent into the chat.
Please do not intrude into the server/movement blocks or items.
To which Cash responds, dude, you like got him. That was so good. Cash does indeed try to tread a bit more lightly.
What the?
And heads back to the house with the enchantment table again.
Dude.
Cash starts looking through stuff, and by looking through stuff, I mean looking through stuff. He's going through chests, ripping through the bookshelves, and a literal secret passageway in a bookshelf. Come on, it doesn't get much better than that. So Cash makes his way down and sees tunnels, seemingly man-made tunnels. Cash walks around through them and eventually finds another ladder that leads him up into a different one of the houses. So these tunnels essentially just connect
Thank you
each
so
house
much.
together. It's finally at this point that Cash realizes the book he grabbed is a book and quill, and he reads,
"Don't listen to whatever he told you. It's probably lies. And if you are him, you."
All right, some fighting words for this alleged him, but clearly whatever this book is talking about is something that went down on this server, and what that is remains to be seen. But eventually Cash makes his way over to this signboard again, and this time all the signs seem to be gone. This confirms at least that someone has been on this world since he was last logged on. And I believe Cash realizes that too, because he decides to write a sign of his own, and he says,
"Hello? Can anyone see this?"
Well, based off of that dark oak, no, I cannot. Jesus. He grabs some yellow dye so it's actually legible and then continues exploring. He finds another secret way into the tunnels, and then eventually he just freezes and goes AFK for a while. When he does come back, eventually he says, quote, "Sorry, I think there was a deer outside or something." He then decides he wants to check out the nether, and he gets a block so that he can get in there, and of course he gets disconnected. You can call it a coincidence. I'm gonna call it tactical nerfing. Now, this whole mention of seeing something in real life, I'm personally going to chalk up to paranoia for now. I mean, you're doing a night shift. This is the second night that Cash has presumably stayed up late, and probably you're going to be pretty paranoid the entire time. So with that being said, let's move to this third shift where some stuff
That sounded almost like Lagoon,
We log
though.
back on and we are immediately met with another message from the Watchdog protocol saying,
"Please stop modifying the server. Your game mode has been updated."
and unfortunately it's correct. Cash is no longer in survival, he's in adventure mode now, which means he can't place or break blocks, which sucks because he has received a response. It says, "Yes, but who are you?" And Cash can't edit these signs anymore, so we don't know how Cash is going to be able to respond to, oh, yeah, that's smart, he can use the book. Cash writes into the book, "Hi, still me. My name is Cash. I was hired to watch over this server. Who are you?" But Cash needs somewhere to put this book, and very smartly, he goes over to that bookshelf, assuming that if anyone else tries to use the secret passageway, they'll get the book and maybe see the message. But we have to wait until... And just like that, the book is gone. My heart dropped because I thought this watchdog protocol like had taken the book or something, but after a little bit, the book returns. Cash opens it and it reads, "You are what to watch over the server? Your typing is weird." It seems that when this person reads our text, it also has the weird.
Is this kind of like a your name situation?
Hired me to
where
watch over
well, like
the
they're in
server.
two different
Getting paid to
timelines.
log on and play, and then asks again, "Who are you?" He puts the book back, and then after a bit, we get a response that says, "I don't trust this, leave me alone." Cash tries to write back, saying he's just as confused as they are, but after waiting a while, it's clear that this person has fully gone and isn't responding.
Hi, Jack!
He leaves the book there, but goes and tries to figure out some more information on anywhere this person could have gone. But this opens an interesting thing, because typically in Minecraft, there's always some sort of tell for where a person is. If they've got invisibility potions, you see the bubbles. Even if you use a command to get rid of the bubbles, you can see like ground particles. But in all of these shots where the player should be here, there is nothing you can see of them. It is literally as though they are a ghost on this world. Cash is looking around in one of the other houses when he suddenly comes across a very well hidden barrel, and it has a book inside. Now, unfortunately, it's unsigned. However, it does have some very interesting text.
"I know he's real. I hear him behind me all the time. I can feel his eyes watching me. No one ever believes me, but I know it's real."
Another classic, "Oh, someone's watching me" trope. "I'm bored. Can I play Candy Crush on your phone?" Anyway, as Cash looks around, he sees a weirdly placed button, and upon pressing it, it actually opens a secret door. But right as he goes down it, his game crashes. A message pops up from him saying that this is pretty typical for his PC, and eventually he logs back in. And when he does, Cash tells us,
"I gave my friend the server ID so he could log on and check this out with me. But when he tried to get on, it said he wasn't whitelisted. But I never sent that email, my gamer tag."
Oh boy. So for those who don't know, whitelisting on Minecraft basically lets only select gamer tags to be allowed on to a Minecraft server. But you need to know their gamer
How's
tag
packing
in order
orders
to do
going?
this.
Pretty
And according to
good.
Cash, he never sent
We're a couple
these
packages
people
in.
his gamer tag. But somehow his player was whitelisted. This just confuses me further because the only person we've talked to on this server has no idea who Cash is. So they certainly wouldn't have whitelisted him to the server, right? And this world was also very clearly griefed, so if it had a whitelist the whole time, that couldn't happen. Anyway, Cash makes his way back over to where he was and drops back down into just the tunnels again. But we see a very quick glimpse of like a passageway opening, and he makes his way over to it and tries to find whatever button or trigger just opened it, but there's nothing around. But Cash is actually a genius, and he tells us to hold on because he has an idea. He comes back and shows us that he's downloaded an X-ray shader pack. He's realized
X-ray.
that if this is another redstone door, he can try to
Mods,
figure out
get
where
this
it's
guy.
located and what the input to it is. And when he takes a look, we can see that there's a skulk sensor that seems to be what opens this door, but Cash, for the life of him, cannot trigger it. There's nothing I can see that says why this wouldn't work, and clearly someone just triggered the skulk sensor because the door opened. But eventually Cash just takes a break from his computer, and we see the screen go black again, and Cash basically explains that he saw something outside his window again, and he went to take a picture of it, and he shows it to us, and it is corrupted badly. Cash puts up some arrows of like what we're supposed to be looking at, but the weirdest thing about this all to me is Cash never acknowledges that the image is corrupted. Cash says there are often a lot of deer in his yard, so he just went back to playing. He is truly just walking down this hallway, and I don't know about y'all, but
That was some
Cash's
quick
reflexes are
reaction.
insane. You can hear the skulk sensor go off, the door opens, and he's just barely able to make it inside.
That was
before it shuts.
crazy
But
reaction.
inside where exactly? Cash turns around and is in this massive room of sorts. There's two sets of books at the end, and when Cash opens them, we are met with this monstrosity. And there are several like pages of these inside of the different books. Now, luckily, Cash shows it all to us, so I can give you a breakdown. Let's take a look at this first page, right? We can see that aside from all this gibberish, there seems to be a lot of X's in here. Now, the X's are all over this server, so I think that this is so confusing because it's like two different encoding methods on top of each other. So I'm going to ignore the X's and try to figure out what the original encoding process is. X's aside, all of these words end in OW, and now this rung a bell, but I didn't know why. And after some Googling, I realized it's because this is basically how Pig Latin works. In Pig Latin, you take a word, you rip off the first consonants and you put it at the end, and then you add AY. I remember this because back in like grade school, kids would like make their own languages by just changing the AY to something else, and it would sound like a pretty distinct language. And in this case, they seem to have chosen OW as the ending sound. So if you take this text, remove all the ows, we're actually
I remember. I never really learned Pig Latin. I'll be so for real.
All we have to do is move any consonants from the end to the front. However, with so many X's in the mix, it makes it really hard to know when there's a consonant or not. So, to the best of my knowledge, what this says is, this is a basic sentence, so you can practice the new code. Remember that the code word is ow. I'm a way, iterale, Enos gay. I'm a
okay,
genius.
man.
Let's look at another page, shall we?
Alright.
Remove the ows.
I may not know Pig Latin, but I knew what you were trying to say there.
We read, do you actually believe him? I think he's a hacker that somehow keeps finding us or something. Now, upon initially reading this, I thought whoever is talking here was talking about Cash. It speaks about whether or not they want to believe him and how he keeps finding us. But this text is towards the beginning of the first book. So this maybe took place a while ago.
It's really good at present wrapper. You think I'm good at wrapping presents?
That reads like this.
Not really.
I just spoke with someone who seemed to be the same person who wrote on the signs. Says his name is Cash. Something was hired to watch over the server. If he's playing a trick on us, it's a weird trick to play. I don't know. Basically, this person is talking about Cash, and this is clearly whoever spoke with Cash prior. It literally mentions it by name, but this leaves into question who the book was talking about.
I do have to wrap gifts eventually. I'm buying gifts for my whole family.
Now, to me, that could mean maybe
the
they're
way you
hiding
wrap
from
gifts.
like
The way you wrap merch is a vibe, you know?
Getting
You think
into
so?
their server. Going back
I
to
just
Cash
wrap
on the
each
server,
one
he
with
gets
lots of
kicked
love
off
and
pretty
care.
soon after, and it's clear that someone doesn't want him in there because when he logs on for his next shift, he is told that his location will be reset every minute. What does that mean? Well, basically, as he's wandering around, after a minute goes by, he is just teleported right back to the start. And Cash tries to continue looking around for new information or anyone to talk to, but with his location getting reset so often, he gives up and says that he's just gonna sit here and get paid, which is fair. And it's at that point that we see Editor Cash come on back and says that he fell asleep while just sitting there on the server, which adds up. This man has stayed up so late, so many nights.
so real.
But he tells us that when he looked back at the footage, he saw this happen.
Oh, a chest. Oh, the chest opened.
Cash says that he'll check that chest next time he logs on. But
I'm so bad at wrapping. Last year, just like everything in present bags with tissue paper. That's normally what I do. What's happening? I'm not looking. Whoa, what the heck? Okay, pause. Guys, pause, please. Okay, my back is to the screen right now. I'm looking through my keychains. My bad, guys, my bad. Okay, we can go back to playing. My back was to the screen, sorry. I like packing orders too, so that's why I think I might like just going into flow state and just wrapping gifts and like wrapping stuff, you know. I like packing stuff. That's why I think I would do well. Just like packing stuff for.
Did you see that?
No.
When Cash walked inside, the textures all seemed to change. And when he walks back out, right back to normal. It's clear Cash notices this, but all he has to say on the matter is wild. And then he continues to look around this house. For once, the chests actually have items, not some distorted, glitchy version of items. And there's furnaces, there's a bed. It truly seems to be a normal house. However, when he gets to this top floor, he's looking through chests and sees a painting. And when he checks it, there's a secret room behind it, covered in signs that seem to be like a
fellow
journal
checked
of
me
sorts.
through all
It's the first
paintings.
time we've seen signs that don't have X's all over them, and they read,
They promised me that I won't be left out again. They went to fight the dragon without me.
No.
They said they thought I wasn't online.
No.
So I didn't show up in the tab menu. Yeah, right.
Cash mentions that he had people not showing up the tab menu earlier.
They helped me build my base some more. They just feel bad for me. I'm tired. Barely anyone is playing anymore. I don't
A little
know
thing
why.
out of it every year. Ooh.
This is interesting, but also a little too on the nose. I feel as though we've seen so much information get distorted that the fact that that isn't makes me not want to trust it. But essentially what's happening here... Was this? That wasn't there before.
Oh.
Right? The
We can
answer,
check
of
it.
course, is
Oh.
no.
Oh,
But
they already checked
Cash
it.
makes his way down this staircase, and we are met with signs in just all caps, screaming at us more or less, and we even have our X's that seem to have returned. I'll let you pause if you want to read any of this. It's mostly generic ooky spooky stuff, but the scary thing is...
Oh. Shift! Quickly! Shift! Oh, did he shift? Okay. Okay, but why would you go up the stairs?
This is the first time on this server that we have heard movement of another player. And the weird thing is, we heard a door open, but all of the doors are exactly how Cash left them prior. Cash goes to return to that basement area and is immediately clocked out. This was a lot of information, and I want you to tuck everything you just saw in the back of your mind as I go into what comes next. Cash posted on his community tab that he was able to get onto the normal server again and check that chest before he was immediately clocked out. But he took 2 screenshots of the 2 pages, and they look like this. We read, I'm going out on a limb and trusting you are who you say you are. But to be safe, you gotta solve this. The answer is right in front of you, then right. And on the next page, we see multiple of like a link that's been jumbled, and whoever did this is very smart because they pasted it several times to account for the X glitch. I tried some basic ciphers online before I decided to use that big old juicy brain I got upstairs, and I realized that in front of Cash, presumably, all the time, is a keyboard. So this is probably just a keyboard cipher where you take your keyboard and you shift all the letters one way or another. So if you do that with our lovely gibberish here, we get a YouTube link to an unlisted video that is just a black screen, but with this audio.
It's honestly so stupid that I'm even doing this, but just in case you're a real person, somehow you should know what's going on. This is a Minecraft server where my friends and I play Minecraft on, and it's just normal until we started getting harassed by this guy, and he kept making his way onto our server to the point where we got a new one. Then he found that one, but no matter what we do, he won't leave us alone. Joe,
scary.
One of my friends thinks it's a literal ghost because we
Playing with a controller. I like Argent's gift, but I also get really lazy, and I just put them in a bag if I procrastinate too much. That's my go-to. I always put them in a bag.
There's this thing called the God Watcher or something. It was just a Bloody Mary knockoff. If you said the name 3 times, it would come, yada yada. Anyway, you're not even gonna find this thing.
This is quite the interesting story, but I agree with whoever's speaking here. Odds are this God Watcher thing was just a prank made up by a friend. Why are the letters moving? Oh my god, guys, no way! Sorry, I'll take this seriously. Basically, the God Watcher is a entity that is on the Minecraft Entities Wiki, and it says, the God Watcher is an urban myth long lost to Minecraft versions gone by. It is rumored to be a spirit that chose to live in the digital world of Minecraft rather than pass on to the next life. The God Watcher implores the player to say its name 3 times while placing a poppy each time. This not only grants the God Watcher into your world, but also ties it to your
I've
player
never heard
so
of
that
this.
wherever you go, it may follow. However, there's a part that talks about the different things that this entity will do to players, and the one that stands out the most is how it says the most consistent occurrence is an increase in coal generation on every world the player joins. Earlier in these videos, I had noticed that in these tunnels, there was an impressive amount of coal in the walls, especially since if it were me, I would have mined all of that to get some torches or something. But now I'm starting to think that coal is there for a very different reason.
I would
Judging
mine
by
all
the
of
fact
it.
that this article talks about how it
Evolution
torments
SMP.
people and makes them see things that aren't there, I'm a bit worried about the future of our lovely Cash. The next video isn't Cash logging onto the server, but instead, it's him talking in a Google Doc with someone, and it appears to be that same mystery person who created that video. Based off the channel name before, I'm gonna call this person Riley, and Riley says that she's still really paranoid, and Cash says that's fine, I think you have a reason to be. Cash re-explains everything we know about this whole getting hired thing, but actually does mention that he has gotten paid from these people, that they sent him like
42 whole dollars.
Cash asks Riley to tell him more about this whole God Watcher thing. And before Riley can respond, a notification pops up for Cash of a Ring doorbell. I don't know if this is important, but I'm legally obligated to tell you about it, so there it is. Riley once again pushes off the God Watcher thing, saying it was just a thing that her old friends made up on their first
Hearing that
SMP,
Ring
and
doorbell
Cash
sound
asks
gives me
if they still
PTSD.
have that server. And Riley says
It triggers
they
my
actually
fight
do.
or flight.
Cash logs on to this very distorted Minecraft server.
Whoa.
The last server doesn't even hold a torch to this one when it comes to level of messed up. And Cash is literally just looking around this server, checking chests, and trying to find anything of you.
Play a game. Oh my gosh, are we in like, what is it, Saws? Wanna play a game? Ah! Spooky. Oh! Scary. Oh. Morning in Minecraft? Wait, this is literally FNAF. This is literally FNAF. Survive until 6 a.m. Hello? Hello? Dude, Minecraft is already a horror game. Mock up. Who needs horror mod when you have the base game? No, for real. Oh, and then they go away. Is it morning yet?
Now, whatever that was,
Nice
I
FNAF
certainly didn't
gameplay.
enjoy it, but it seems
You
to
did
be
say
boring.
FNAF from the
And
start.
Cash actually goes back to that document he was talking to Riley on, and Riley says, I forgot the last time I played on this server was on my old account, so neither of us are whitelisted and can't get on. And Cash says, I was able to get on. I don't understand how this keeps happening. Cash is somehow once again whitelisted for a server he shouldn't
Never
be
went
on.
mining for years because the
Cash
game scared me
goes
so
back
bad
to
and I'm
playing
not
on the
scared.
server and exploring
now
his way
only because I
around,
used
and
Fulbright.
he makes his way down one of the tunnels.
No, that's
and
so
finds
real.
This room, I guess, that didn't seem to be there before. And upon going inside, we see
Oh god, all the
an area
poppies.
that has 3 spots and 3 poppies. Cash pulls out the document again, and we can see that Riley is just going crazy.
Hello? 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 Oh god, is this video loud for anybody? Oh! Is he summoning him?
Cash's next video is him playing on a seemingly brand new server. When
Tiny Boo is fine
suddenly
for me?
Riley
Okay.
joins. Cash walks over
Oh,
to her and
hi,
says,
Riley.
"Hey," to which she says, Cash replies and says it's because he took care of the whole God Watcher thing. Cash says, "Well, you said it was tied to your friend's Minecraft account, right?" Cash says, "Well, I moved it to mine." And Cash says because all he had to do was deactivate his account and buy a new one. And I didn't notice before, but his gamertag has changed from cashing checks to checks cashed. Cash goes on to explain that the, quote, God Watcher took care of the bill. Apparently $42 is just enough for a new Minecraft account and a large pizza.
A new Minecraft account and a large pizza? Not in this day and age. What the? What?
It was no coincidence that
Alt
Cash was in the
F4!
same time zone as the people who played on this server. He was one of the people that played on this server. That's why he was whitelisted on every server he joined. He wasn't the next person the God Watcher would torment. He was the current. It somehow convinced him that he was a whole other person trying to solve this mysterious server. All to remember just how wrong he was.
What? What?
The next day after this video was posted, Cash's profile picture changed to this image. And since I've edited this video, I went back to Riley's channel.
Puppy.
And at some point, it was also changed to that same image.
Puppy.
I have not been able to get into contact with either of them.
Just had a cold chill. Whoa. Whoa. Dude, I saw that line on TikTok. He was in the same time zone as the other players or something. And then I was all like, what does that mean? What does that mean? FNAF meets Slenderman? Could be. Monka. That was crazy. Okay, it's 4 p.m. I don't think I have time to watch another one. That was a good video. These are nice videos just to listen to, you know. Maybe if I do like pay attention more, but spooky but fun. Yeah. Okay, I'll pack one more order and then I must skedaddle. I have to get ready to go out. Yeah, they're fun. What's another good one? What's another good one, guys? Should I just go through Weefy's channel? Hi, Shelby! I go through Weefy's and Zacko builds. All of Weefy's are good in my opinion. Like, my Minecraft world is deleting itself. Let's see. This Minecraft world is alive. The story of Minecraft's creaking. Disturbing Minecraft footage you've never seen. That thumbnail is scaring me. Hi. The deleting itself one. Ah, it's 30 minutes. I don't think I have 30 minutes. But I just got home. I'm sorry. I'm packing one more order before I have to go, if that means anything. Here, we can put on some Christmas songs. Too cute. Yeah, all of them are around like 30 minutes long, which is understandable. Okay. Gotta pack these for Gave it away. Yeah. We packed a good few orders, I think. Yeah, it is muted in the VOD now, don't worry. Yeah, the one at the very beginning didn't. I realized that, and I'm like, ah. Oh well, GG's. If I'm going to have my first copyright striked audio, then I'm glad it's Christmas music. She can remove without losing audio. It's just the beginning. I think I turned it off when it got into reacting. Dude, I need to get myself a studio or something. I cannot just have all of my merch all over the place. Here, save me from tears. Someone special. Last Christmas, I gave you my heart. The next day. Okay, how many orders did we pack? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Around 10 orders. Wow, 10 whole orders. In how long? Basically an hour, because I spent like the first hour just freaking out over EMF. Classic. Dude, I still can't get over that one line. That one line. You're the parkour god, and yet here I am, still saving your life. What a guy. Okay. Here, we can look at it one more time.
My life started as a parkour noob.
My life started as a parkour noob. He just became a god. He didn't get any smarter / silly. I feel like it's been a while because they just hired Jumper now.
Parkour pro. To defend myself, the player put away the item he was holding and just disappeared right in front of my eyes.
So you're the parkour god and I still have to save your life.
Well, this is a very humbling moment. Standing behind me was the player that just saved my life with the parkour jump. A parkour jump that I taught him, by the way. This was my friend.
Look at him. Pat, 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 pat. This is my friend, the parkour champion. Look at him. Pat, 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 pat. He's so small. Pinch, pinch, pinch. Our champion, he is. Our champion, he is. Look at him. Look at him. He's right there. He's right there. And he has lines. And he speaks. Okay.
The player put away the item he was holding and just disappeared right in front of my eyes.
So you're the parkour god and I still have to save your life.
Well, this is a very humbling moment. Standing behind me was the player that just saved my life with the parkour jump.
And this skin is also on Foolish's stream because it's Ty's skin. So funny.
This was my friend, the parkour champion, the one who rules over all of parkour civilization. Okay, please tell me you did something with the command blocks and you brought us somewhere very far away and you're gonna send us back right now.
Unfortunately, this wasn't me, and I'm guessing it wasn't you, which means we're in trouble because if someone takes control of the command blocks, parkour civilization could be destroyed.
Okay, you're right. This is very bad, but we can find a way back home. Besides,
dude, EMF gives off the same vibes as like PvP Civ Minitech. Are you seeing what I'm seeing? EMF and parkour's PvP Civ Minitech. I feel like they would get along. Then you have Evbo. Same person, different
we got
font.
the two best parkour players in the world. And you know what they say, as long as you can parkour.
Stop, please don't say it.
My parkour champion friend saved my life with a 3-block chest jump. If you successfully land...
Oh, my parkour champion friend. I don't like PCF as his name, and he cannot be PCF ever. He's the champion, but he's forever going to be Master Friend.
An attack with...
Okay, I do have to skedaddle though. I do have to skedaddle, but that was fun. I had fun. This was great. I'm glad Evo is continuing the series. It does make me happy, which means EMF in the year 2025, guys. EMF in the year 2025. Yeah, I just need time to clean up my station. It takes so long to set up my station.
Raid incoming.
Oh, wait, this is kind of awkward. Thank you so much for the raid. Thank you so much for the raid. Hello, welcome in. How is your stream? Hi, hello. How is your stream? Hello, everybody. Hello. I hope you had a great stream. Welcome in. Yeah, I was wrapping up, but I can chat for a tad longer. I was mentioning because I was packing orders earlier that I need to take some time to put away all of my stuff. It takes so long to set up my station because I have to set up an extra table to put a bunch of my stuff on. And then I have to take everything off, put them all back in their boxes, and then wrap up this table because I would much prefer to pack orders at my desk than in my storage room. Well, welcome in. I hope you had a good stream. I didn't see your ending. No, you're good. How was your stream? What were you guys up to? We were doing some React Andy. Saw Parkour Civ and was like, hell yeah, dude. I'm watching the parkour Civ, parkour and PvP Civ like crossover series that Evbo's doing, and it's so good. It's so awesome. My favorite character is Evbo's master friend or champion friend, I guess now. Plays in Minecraft, blew up some holes. That's awesome. I love Minecraft. Speaking of Minecraft, did you guys see that Tubbo won Minecrafter of the Year? That's awesome. Finally, after 4 years. Thank you so much for the follow. Thank you. Thank you so much. I haven't watched the new one yet. You should. You should watch the new one. It's very good. It ended with a cliffhanger just now with the episode that came out yesterday. Catch it live. I was so happy. That was awesome. That was so awesome. I love all the screenshots of him holding like the trophy as if it was like his firstborn child. It's like, wow, look at you, finally in my arms. So funny. But yeah, that was much deserved. Much deserved. Yeah. I need to find more Minecraft videos to watch because we just watched a bunch of ARGs and I still don't know other ones to watch. I think I'm going to watch. Dude, Sina being glitched during the nominations portion was so funny. Hi, Nikki! Hi! Hello! Oh my gosh, everyone's rolling in. Hi, Nikki, hi! Hi, Nikki, hi! But yeah, it was so funny because I didn't realize that Prince Zam was sitting next to Sina. So when hello Pookie, Wookie, Dookie, Tookie, Bookie. Wait, Nikki. Hi, Nikki. Hi. Okay, I need to come up with Nikki, uh, I love you. I love you, heart. You lost me already? I'm so sorry. I tried. All the ones that was coming up in my head, I'm like, I shouldn't say this out loud. Sticky, I love you too. Yay! Yay! I love you. Thanks, Blue. Thank you. Hey, you said sticky. In my head, I was all like, okay, Nikki, Ticky, that's not a good word. Bicky, is that a good word? Picky, that's not a good word either. Oh, I see. But yeah, to anyone who hasn't seen it, you guys should watch Parkour Civ and then PvP Civ and then watch the Parkour PvP Civ crossover. Yeah, I think I'm planning to watch more of just like stuff on Weefy's channel and then whatever is on Zacho Build's channel because those are the two main ARG channels that I'm watching right now. And then I guess I need to watch I'm not a big fan of those because of that Fere MC fella. He seems kind of like a dickhead. You know what? You're right. You're so right. Who is that guy anyway? But yeah, I guess I'll get into. There's just so many Minecraft series that I have to watch, like Unstable Universe. I was I was trying to watch that the other day, but I was so busy doing something else that I just heard Parrot's voice, and it was just Parrot. Whatever he's saying goes into one of my ear, and then it goes out of my other ear. Like I just was not paying attention at all. He forced me to watch the huge Civ movie as a date, by the way. Wait, like the 1,000 player event one? The 1,000 player simulate civilization, rich versus poor? That one? I'm going to try to take a nap to feel better now. I hope you have a great time through the holidays. I hope you have a great time too, Rin, and I hope that you feel better soon. Take care, take care. No, the parkour! No way that he made you watch Parkour Civilization as a date. That's crazy. That's so funny, not gonna lie. Happy holidays, Rin. Happy holidays. Please take care. Recover quickly. Yeah, so I said I would watch Unstable, and then I would watch Vampires at some point. In the background for studying? Ooh. Good luck. It's final season, right? Watching that on a double date? Dot, 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 dot. Wait, watching what? Unstable as a double date? It's like both me and Shelby. I feel like we haven't seen much of Unstable or Vampires. No parkour? Wait, that's true. We did watch Parkour Civ as a double date. I don't need help. I need a therapist and a sweet treat. We did both. We did do both. Ooh, who would do that? Ooh. For season 1, Unstable Wembu is my favorite POV, but for post season 1, it's Flame. Yeah. I can tell with what you bought from my shop, Lightning. I could tell. Yeah. Kermit the Frog? Oh, there's just so many POVs to watch, so many things to watch. There's just so many. And then instead of watching new stuff, I just watch ever make White Pine or even Vampires merch. My life is forever yours. I'm thinking about it. I'm trying to make more art. Period. But now that Parkour and PvP Civ is sort of back with this crossover, do I make Parkour Civilization and PvP Civilization merch? That's not math though. If you did make Unstable art, just know that I would empty my bank account for it. I technically sort of did. I technically sort of did with my first time drawing Parrot. This one with the spyglass. I was told to draw Parrot with a spyglass. And I think that's an Unstable reference or something. Imagine Vampires plug-in White Pine map. Ooh. It is. So I technically have one Unstable Universe merch. In-game. Any Twitch people watching, it's in-game. Don't say spyglass. His prize spyglass. I don't know anything about it. So I don't know. Yeah, in Minecraft. ... And I also have one ivory art. It's not White Pine. It's just ivory. Yeah, it's just ivory. Here it is. So much happens in Parrot's POV. Yeah. I feel like, yeah. Parrot's POV is just so devastating. Yeah. Don't worry, guys. I'll be in the know. I'll be in the know soon enough. Wembu is heartbreaking as well. Tragedy in my Minecraft SMP? Unheard of. Never before seen. He can't just catch a break from being betrayed. I know a guy who has the same fate all the time, but on a different server. Huh? Who said that? Ouch. I don't know this song. But it's by Queen, so. But yeah, a lot of things are happening. Your wardrobe? No, I feel that. I wear like the same 3 pairs of clothes all the time. Yeah, and all my clothes is all black, except for some choice hoodies. Spoke is just doing Spoke things, breaking the server with glitches and whatnot, and then Flame's just vibing and trying to live. Why does this sound just like their lifesteal characters? Low-key. Low-key. Okay, but guys, I think I stayed long enough for the raiders to stay long enough, you know, if that made any sense. Yeah, I do have to skedaddle. I had to clean up my desk area, and then I have to get ready because I'm going out. I'm going out for tacos again, but this time a better place, because the last time we went for tacos, it was bad. It wasn't bad, it was very mid, and so we're redeeming ourselves by going to an actual good taco place. So anyways, I'll send you guys off to Gelotris. It's been a while, huh? He's doing Rust Twitch Rivals right now. The second time he's doing it. We were talking like the other day, because we were talking about like the Minecraft speedrunning X GeoGuessr stuff the other day. So yeah. He's going to be streaming. He's already streamed for 10 hours. I was told that he's going to stream as much Rust as he can. So like whenever he's awake, he's going to stream Rust. And whenever he's not streaming, it's because he's sleeping. That he did say that to me. So go support Gelotris. He's trying very hard. And you might know Trowsy from Rust Kingdoms. They're on the same team. So yeah. Anyways, thank you guys so much for hanging out. I'll probably stream tomorrow morning. I'm going to do my best to stream tomorrow morning. We're going to watch more videos, and I'm going to pack more orders. But yeah, goodbye everybody. Tell Gelotris I said hi. I'm probably going to say hi in his chat for a bit. Goodbye! Goodbye everybody, goodbye!